Welcome, folks, to the last episode of the first season of Starfleet Simplified. I'm Michael Schockman, I'll be your host and commentator, and in today's episode, we will be covering the granddaddy of them all, the NX class. Launched in 2551 after 30 years in development, the NX class first ship, that being the Enterprise, was the first human-built vessel capable of reaching warp factor 5. Under the command of Captain Jonathan Archer, it conducted many exploratory missions in star systems near to Sol and made first contact with several new races, including Andorians, Romulans, Klingons, and many others. Starfleet's first Warp 5 ship, the NX class, sometimes called the Enterprise class, after the first ship of the class, the Enterprise was a pioneer. The Warp 5 engine that had been in development for 3 decades was a marvel of its time. No longer did Earth ships have to creep along, taking years to get between nearby stars. The class had comfort for her crew, new weapons for defense, and a transporter system that allowed equipment and even people to beam to other ships and planets without the use of shuttle pods. The NX class was a dream come true for Earth's Starfleet, and it allowed humans to go where no man had gone before without the Vulcans holding the leash. Originally, Starfleet planned on a run of 5 ships, but with the threats of the Klingons, the Romulans, the Suliban, and then most seriously the Xindi, Starfleet planned a unit run of 30 starships of this class. These ships feature shuttle pods for travel between ships and planets, a new transporter system, phase cannons, spatial torpedoes, photonic torpedoes, after 2153, that is, plasma banks, and the first Warp 5 engines in the fleet. They were able to reach and explore star systems and nebulas that had only been observed by telescopes, probes, and other races like the Vulcans before. They were bringing humans fully onto the galactic stage for the first time and allowing them to make a name for themselves. As for the technical specifications for the NX class of ships, it had an expected at launch. It had an expected duration of 50 years. It could go 1 year between resupply points. It could go 2 years between refits, and it was categorized as an exploratory cruiser. In terms of its weaponry, it is armed with three Type 1 phase cannons, 2 forward, 1 aft, 4 Type 4 plasma banks, all of which are forward. I don't even know what a plasma bank is. I'm assuming it's a bank of plasma like launchers or something like that. And 6 torpedo tubes, 4 forward and 2 aft, with a complement of 20 photonic torpedoes and a magazine of 20 photonic torpedoes and 20 spatial torpedoes. Kind of its day's version of the photon torpedoes and the quantum torpedoes, I would imagine, although very different in their power scale. As for its defenses, it has the electromagnetically polarized hull armor defense system, polarized the hull plating, as well as later on a Class 1 hull conformal shielding system that was implemented after 2161. As for the personnel that it can carry, it is tiny, and its crew complement reflects that. It can support up to 12, count them, 12 officers, 70 enlisted crew, and 10 civilians. Ooh. It has a cruising speed of warp 3, a maximum speed of warp uh, 4.5, a maximum safe cruising speed of warp 4.5, and it has an emergency breakneck speed of warp 5. As for auxiliary craft, it has one shuttle bay with 4 shuttles in it, and its dimensions are that it is 230 meters long by 136 meters wide and 34 meters tall. It's less than 100 feet tall. That's kind of incredible. And it also only has 7 decks. As for my personal feelings on the NX class of starships, ladies and gentlemen, it was a great first step. That's about all I'm gonna say about it. When compared to modern, like quote unquote modern, more recent things in like the 24th century, it is a piece of garbage. Like seriously, running around in a tin can, even at the time that compared to its neighbors, was completely woefully underprepared. It didn't have shields. It barely had weapons that even scratched even some of the more mundane and not really threatening enemies out there. And it's only by stupid sheer luck that it managed to get through as much as it did, and sheer willpower of its captain and its crew. So yeah, for a first attempt, not bad. Would I go with it now? Certainly not. But that is what it is. Take it as you will. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed. When I was originally recording this, I was using uh, I had to go. I tried to go and use Memory Alpha. The problem with Memory Alpha is it's hosted by Fandom, and Fandom is a spam site in a lot of ways. It blows your screen up with tons of like ads and things like that that eventually led to my computer almost completely blue screening and crashing. It was only because I managed to close down that window and do some triage afterwards that made it so it didn't crash. Which is we will have to see if that maintains the fact. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fun little foray into uh, um, the Enterprise era, the different versions of the Enterprise in this first season. I'm going to call this season one the Enterprise, the eras of the Enterprise. Uh, and I know we did it out of order. We did it in the order that I could find the things in and get them all taken care of. Hope you don't mind, but yeah, no, they're not in sequential order. But I'll probably end up um I don't know. I might put them in sequential order later. I really don't know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Michael Schockman. I've been your host and commentator. Stay tuned for next week when we dive into something else. I'm not quite sure at the time of this recording what that will be. It might be season 2 of Starfleet Simplified. It might not. I really don't know. But stay tuned for whatever comes out. I'm Michael Schockman, folks. I've been your host and commentator. And until next time, bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure, folks. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Lastly, if you liked my work and you want to help support my channels, you can now do so on Patreon, where for as little as $4 a month, you get access to a load of cool content and much more. Thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Michael Schockman, and until next time, remember, keep it real, keep it safe, keep it healthy, and we will see you guys again soon in the next one. Peace off, everybody.